Formula and function in MS Excel. In the first video, we have learned about the introduction part of MS Excel. And in the second video, we have learned how to format in MS Excel. And here we are going to learn about formula and function in MS Excel, where the formulas and functions we will be applying in MS Excel in order to perform the calculation. These are the topics covered: formula, creating and entering a formula, editing a formula, copying a formula, displaying formula, function, quickly adding numbers, common functions. Formula. A formula is a sequence of values, cell reference, operators that produces a new value from the existing values. Formula is used to calculate numerical information and display the resulting value in a cell. Constant and formula are the two types of data in Excel. The values which are directly entered in the cell are called as constant values, and the formulas we will be entering in the cell in order to perform the calculation. So these are the two types of data, constants and formula. The value which is directly entered is called as constant, and formula we will be typing by our own. Formula in MS Excel. In mathematics, when you write a formula, you write down the values and operators followed by an equal to sign. See here, when in mathematics, when you are writing a formula or when you solve a problem, you will write the value first, like 2 plus 2 equal to. So 2 is a value, plus is one sign, 2 is a value, then equal to sign. This is how you will write in mathematics. But in MS Excel, the formula begins with an equal to sign. So if you want to solve a problem in a cell, if you want to find out the result in a cell, in that cell you have to first type equal to sign. Always a formula must begins with an equal to sign in MS Excel. So you should type as equal to 2 plus 2. When you type equal to sign, the Excel will automatically recognize that you are going to type a formula. So always when you want to perform a calculation in the cell where you need to display the result, you have to type equal to sign and then you can enter a formula. This is how to start a formula in MS Excel. The next thing is cell referencing. Every cell in a worksheet has an unique address, also called as cell reference. First, you should know what is a cell. A cell is a intersection of rows and columns. This one we have learned in the first chapter itself. See, this is a row. This is one row. This is a row. See, at the left side, the row heading is given. The row heading is mentioned with numbers, and at the top you can see the column heading. This is one column. This is column A, and at the top you can see the column name given as A. And this is column B. At the top of this column you can see the column heading given as B. This is the column C. The column heading given as C at the top. Okay. So the intersection of rows and column is called a cell. I have selected this cell. See, this cell I have selected, and at the top if you see, the column heading is given as A and it belongs to the row 5. Okay. So the name of this cell is A5, and like this each and every cell, this is one cell, this is a blank cell, and this is one cell where name is written. For each and every cell in MS Excel, a unique name will be given. The name of this cell is A4. It belongs to the column A and row 4. So whenever you select a cell, the name of the cell will be displayed in the name box. This is called as name box, where the name will be displayed. Okay. So another name for the unique name given to a cell is also called as cell reference. By default, the cells are identified by a specific column letter and row number. Okay. Always the cell reference should begins with the column letter and row number. If you are giving name for a cell means always in the cell name a column letter should be there and a row number should be there. One letter should be there and one number should be there. That is column letter and row number. It should begins with the letter and ends with the number. This is how a name should be given to the cell. While entering formula, use cell reference instead of actual data wherever possible. Okay. If you are going to perform a calculation in MS Excel means always you should enter the cell reference in the formula instead of entering the values. See, A1 is one cell reference, A2 is a cell reference. The value of A1 is given as 10 and A2 is 20 means. So instead of typing 10 plus 20, you have to type as equal to A1 plus A2. Always you should type the cell reference. Cell range. A group of related cells in a worksheet is called as cell range. The cell range are identified by their anchor points, the upper left corner and the lower left corner of the range. The range reference includes both anchor points separated by a colon. For example, the range name A1 is to B3 includes the cells. Okay, it includes the following cells. The range name must start with a letter and can include both uppercase or lowercase. Here we are going to learn about range name. See, this is how we should give name for a range. A group of related cells in a worksheet is called as a range. Okay. First you should know a cell range means a group of related cells. This is how a range name should be given. A1 is to B3. So this is one anchor point, this is one anchor point. A1 is an anchor point, B3 is an anchor point which should be separated by a colon. Operators. An operator is a thing which specifies a type of calculation you want to perform. And a formula can contain one or more operators. Okay. 4 types of operators are there. Arithmetic operators, comparison, reference operator, logical operators. Okay. The arithmetic operators are used for performing simple mathematical calculations. Addition operation. This is for subtraction, multiplication and division. Comparison operators. The comparison operators are used for comparing two values, whether they are equal, greater than or less than, greater than or equal. Reference operator. The reference operator is to combine two cell ranges. The reference operators are colon, comma. Logical operators. The logical operators returns the value true or false. And or not are the logical operators. Order of calculation. When a formula contains more than one operator, Excel performs the calculation in a specific order. You can use parentheses to change the order in which Excel performs calculation. Excel will perform the calculation inside the parentheses first. This is like the board mass which you have learned in your lower classes. You all know that the calculation will be performed for the part which is present inside the bracket. In the same way in MS Excel also, the part which is present inside the bracket will be given first priority for performing the calculation. See, this is the bracket. The name of this is parenthesis. So, whatever formula given inside the parenthesis will be calculated first. Errors in formula. See, this is the worksheet, and in this, here some values are given, and here we have to find out the result. When you find out the result or when you enter a value, whatever it is, in a cell, if you make an error, the error message will be displayed in that particular cell. Okay, so if you make an error in this cell, the error message will be displayed in this cell itself. Or if you make an error in this cell while entering a value, in this cell itself, the error will be displayed. So about the errors, how the errors will be displayed in a particular cell, we are going to see now. Three types of errors we are going to see in MS Excel. Many types of errors are there, errors in formulas, many types are there. So among all those types, only about three we are going to see. This is the first type. So in the first type, the error will be displayed in the cell like this, like hash will be displayed. Okay, this is the type of the error, and this is one example, equal to A1 into A2. So here in this example, we are multiplying two values. When you multiply two values, see here, for example, we are going to multiply these two values, 500 and 400. Now 500 belongs to the column B and row 5. So the cell reference of this cell is B5. You can see in the name box, and the cell reference for this is C5. Okay. Now we are going to multiply these two numbers. Double click on the cell. The result will be produced here. Click equal to sign. Now select this cell. Click multiplication sign. Click the next cell. Now click enter. Now you can see the error message has been displayed in this cell. Now you should know the reason why this type of error message has been displayed in this cell. The reason is when you multiply two values and in the place where the result have to be displayed is too narrow to display, means in such case this hash error message will be displayed. Now you can see here, if you multiply these two values, you will get the result as 20,000. Okay, so here the place is not sufficient to display the result. It is too narrow. Now you can expand. Now you can see the result. The next type of error is hash div/0. This is a type. This is the example A1 divided by A2. The value given for A1 is 50 and the value given for A2 is 0. So we are going to divide 50 by 0. You cannot divide a number by 0. So in such case, if such division is done, in that place this error will be displayed. In this place, we can change it as 0. Now, we are going to divide this one with this 0. Here we are going to produce the result equal to 200 divided by 0. Now click enter. Okay, this is the error message because we cannot divide a number with 0. So if we try to do such thing, it will show the error message in that particular cell. The next error message is hash name ? We all know the unique name given to the cell should have a column letter and row number. Column letter and row number. But see here, it is given in a wrong manner. Both are letters, so it is wrong. Now, see, equal to, here I am going to enter the formula by my own. So, this is B5. First one I am selecting plus and C5. This one is C5. Instead of C5, again I am going to type one alphabet A. CA I have typed. Either we can use uppercase or lowercase. Okay, I have given a wrong cell name. Now click enter. The error displayed is hash name. Okay. This will be displayed if you enter the cell name in a wrong manner. Creating and entering formula. You can type a formula into any cell in your worksheet. A formula helps you to calculate and analyze the data in your worksheet. In Excel, all the formula begins with the equal to sign. To enter a formula, double click on the cell. When you double click on the cell, you will get an insertion point. Click equal to. We are going to enter a formula to find out the total of all these 4 values. Equal to. Now select the value plus sign you can add from the keyboard. Now select the next value, then plus. One thing you should know is whenever you select a cell, see, each and every cell will be displayed with a different color. So first cell, blue color is given and the name of this cell is B5. You can see here while entering the formula, in the place of B5, here you can see blue color. And here this cell is surrounded with green color, and in the formula place you can see C5 is given in blue color. Next, select the next cell. The same color is given in the formula also. Now plus, select the next cell. Here also it is surrounded by brown color, and in the formula also you can see the same brown color. Now click enter. Now we have entered the formula. This is how we have to create and enter a formula in MS Excel in order to perform a calculation. One more time we can see. Double click on the cell. Double click on the cell. You will get the insertion point. Click equal to. Now select the cell plus. Select the cell plus. Select the cell plus. Select the cell plus. Enter. Okay. So we have entered the formula and we have found the result in this cell. Editing a formula. You can edit the formula anytime in MS Excel if you want to do any changes in a cell. Okay. Here the answer we have found is 1200. If you double click on this cell, you can see the formula which you have used for performing this calculation. So this is the formula which shows the cell reference of all the cells B6, C6, D6 and E6. Now instead of this C6, I am going to edit the formula, backspace. Here I am going to click 7, C7. Once I have typed 7, this one has gone down because this is the cell which holds the cell reference C7. This is how you have to edit the formula in MS Excel. Copying a formula. If you want to use the same formula in your worksheet several times, you can save your time by copying the formula. Excel autofill feature will quickly copy formulas across rows and columns in your worksheet. We have found out the answer for the first cell, and again for the second cell, if we want to find out the result, again we have to type the formula in the same way. First equal to, then one by one every cell we have to select, and in between we have to enter the sign, and the same thing to be followed in the while finding the next result. We have to enter equal to sign, then one by one every cell, all the 4 cells we have to select, and in between the cells we have to add plus sign. This is how we were doing so far, but now we are going to use autofill feature. By using the autofill feature, the formulas will be quickly copied across the rows and the columns, so that you can save the time and you can avoid typing the formulas every time to find out the result. We have found the result in this cell where we have used addition calculation. Now, at the right bottom corner, you can see one block dot. Place the mouse pointer over the dot. Once when you place the mouse pointer over the dot, your mouse pointer will appear as a plus sign. Double click on that and hold it and drag it till the last row. Now, this autofill feature will automatically enter the result for all the rows. Displaying formula. You can display the formulas in the worksheet instead of the result of calculation. To do this, click on Formula tab, then Show Formulas. In this place, you can see all the results we have found. Instead of showing the results, if you want to display the formulas that we have used for performing this calculation, you can click on the Formulas tab. In the ribbon, click the Formulas tab. Click Show Formulas. Now you can see in the place of result, all the formulas are displayed. To hide the formula, again click on the Show Formulas. Okay. Next is functions. Functions are ready-made formula. A function is a built-in formula that you can use to perform a calculation on the data in your worksheet. Excel offers over 300 functions to perform mathematical calculations on your worksheet data. Entering a function. Excel helps you to enter a function into your worksheet. These functions allow you to perform calculations without typing long and complex formulas. So far, we have learned about how to enter formula in the cell. So each and every cell we have entered the formula and we have found out the result, and finally we used autofill option in order to perform the calculation in a fast manner. In order to save the time, we used autofill option. Now we are going to use function in order to perform the calculation to avoid typing long and complex formulas. Double click on the cell. You can see the insertion point. Click on the equal to sign. Select the formulas. Here you can see insert function. Click on the insert function. These are all the functions. This is the insert function dialog box. Here you can see the functions display. Now we are going to use sum function to find out the result of this 4 values. Just we are going to add this 4 values. So for adding the numbers, we are going to use the function called sum. The sum is one function. Next is SUMIF. The SUMIF function you will learn in the next year. PMT. PMT is one function which is used for performing financial calculations. Max function is used to find out the maximum value. Average function is used to find out the average of the numbers. And the next is category. See, in MS Excel there are 11 categories, and for all the 11 categories a set of function will be there. This is financial is one category, date and time is one category, max and trigonometry is one category, statistical, database, like this Totally 11 categories are there in MS Excel. For each category, a set of function will be given. Now the function which we are going to use is sum. Click OK. Function argument dialog box appears. In this, you can see the cell range. This is called as cell range B5 is to E5. We have selected the cell and we have clicked equal to sign. So when we selected the sum function in this dialog box, it shows the cell range of this cell. Okay. B5 is to E5. This is the anchor point. B5 is one cell reference, E5 is one cell reference, and in the cell range, these two are called as the anchor points. B5 is an anchor point, E5 is an anchor point. The anchor points are separated by colon. You can see it here. Okay. Now you can see the value here 500, 400, 400, 300. The same value you can see in this row. 500, 400, 400, 300. Okay. Now click. You can also see here the function entered is equal to sum of B5 is to E5. The range is given. Okay. The result is produced. One more time we can apply the function. Double click on the cell. You will get the insertion point equal to insert function. Click on the sum. The range is given. Click OK. Now we have got the result. This is how we have to use function in order to perform calculation in MS Excel. Quickly adding numbers. You can quickly display the sum of list of numbers without entering formula into your worksheet. So far we have learned how to find out the result by using formula and also by using function. Now we are going to see how to quickly add the numbers. For that, select a cell and select the full row. When you select the full row, now see we have selected the row 8. Now see the status bar. See this count 4 and sum is given as 1000, 1100. Okay. Count 4 is here we have in this row we have 4 values 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 values we have. So that is the count given here, count 4. And sum you can see 1100. This is the total of all these 4 values. This is how we can quickly find out the sum of several numbers. Okay, again I have selected this row. The count is 4. The sum is, that is the total value. The result is 1400.